What's up, everybody? Today, we're going to talk about 4 ways you can deal with depression as an artist. This is spoken by KJ, and roll intro. Thank you, everybody, for coming in today. If you have not already, please go down there and like and subscribe to this channel. Hit that bell, get notifications turned on so you are updated every time that I drop a video here on this channel. It's a whole bunch of spoken word slash help videos like the one we're talking about today. Without further ado, let's hop into it. Step 1 is going to be kind of a 2-part subject in a way. It's going to be either come back to your art or leave your art. Leave your art if you are putting your self-worth into your art. If the only way you feel like you're valuable or worthy in this world is if you're producing great art and making sure that it's coming out and touching a whole bunch of people, leave your art. I'm not saying give up on it. I'm saying you need to step away from it. A lot of the sources of depression, I feel like, come from things that don't go our way or things that we love going wrong. And if we have this art and we have this vehicle to show ourselves in this great light, that's great. But if that's all you are, if all you are is your art, when things don't go right, you're gonna project that same distaste back on yourself. Come back to your art if you've left it in the past and you realize that these depressive feelings are coming from not being able to express yourself and get yourself out there to the fullest. Art in any form, whether you're a poet, whether you're a dancer, whether you're an actor, whether you're a visual artist, whether you draw, paint, do calligraphy, whatever, come back to it if you left it in the dust. If it makes you happy and if that art makes you really have that joy, come back to it. Pick at it piece by piece. I know for me, when I'm a poet, so I go through a lot of writer's block, and at times where I don't feel like I'm putting out a good amount of work, I feel bad. Like I feel like, dang, I should be doing something. And then when I can't do it, I'm just sitting there like I'm worthless. I can't do this. And that's not what the mentality you need to have. You have to think of it as something that you can come back to, something you can leave and come back to, and be able to put enough of yourself in it to know that you're not overshooting your worth, basically. Step 2, do not compare yourself to other artists. This is like one of the biggest things. If you're comparing your art, your way of doing things to somebody else who may be more successful, let's face it, most of the time it's probably to somebody who's a lot more successful. You're going to lose track of who you are as an artist, and that can also cause depressive feelings in artists. If you see somebody in your niche doing something great, something awesome, look at it as like that's where you want to be, but that's not some place that you'll never get. That's, I think, one of the biggest things. You see people out there doing what you're doing, but are making millions of dollars or, having these lavish lifestyles or whatever. And you look at your situation and your place and you're just not there. The worst thing you can do in that instance is to just, let it dawn on you and give up. Those people, those same people that you like and that you follow, started right where you're at. I know for me, I'm a spoken word artist. I see so many spoken word artists that are traveling, performing, and making a lot of money doing it. And I'm not doing that right now. But at the same time, I look at it and I'm like, this is something that I can attain as long as I keep up my hustle, keep up my dream, keep up, working on what has brought me this far already. When it comes to comparing yourself to others, just try in general to be more happy for people than to be more toxic towards yourself. Try to be happy for them, and then it'll bring you happiness in return. Step 3, don't forget about the people that care about you. We all have people in our lives, whether they're friends, family, or anybody else, that we can rely on and we can talk to when it comes to our feelings. Now, some people, I will admit, probably don't have as many. But you have to really realize if you're feeling depressed, that means there's a lot of things that are going on in your life that you probably are not going to want to talk about all the time. I mean, the nature of depression, I feel like, is to make you silence all of your problems and hold them all inside yourself and let them eat you from the inside out. But that's something that you can't do. Try to work up the will to go to these people and talk to them about your feelings, whether it's going to a therapist, going to seek help somewhere professionally. That's an awesome route to do. Or it's talking to your family members, your friends about how you feel. A lot of people are missing that in their lives. Somebody that will sit down and listen to their problems and be able to not just listen, but empathize and be able to give constructive feedback back. I'm sure that there's a lot of people out there that are willing and open to help you. Sometimes you'll find strangers, you'll find people on the internet, people in other different places that are a lot more helpful than the people that you spend most of your life with. There's people out there that care. Finding people who care. And that's not just for artists, that's for anyone who's dealing with depression, because we all need each other in this life anyway. And that's a good way to finally get all of that, sadness out, to project it in the ways that are positive. And having these conversations are ways that are positive. Step 4, don't deny it. Some people have trouble coming to grips with things that are going wrong with themselves. Some people don't want to believe that they're depressed. Some people don't think that that could happen to them. It's like people think that nothing bad or nothing insanely bad can happen to them, and it can happen. Depression is not a positive thing. And I've seen a lot of people who will go under the guise of, hey, I'm okay, I'm all right. You ask them how they are, I'm doing fine, whatever. And they won't talk to it, and going back to step 3. But the first step of conquering any problem is admitting that you have that problem. If you're depressed and you feel it and you see patterns in the way you are, if you're sleeping way more than you're used to, if you're having these very sad and dark thoughts all the time, and people are asking you how you are, be real with them. But first you have to be real with yourself. Be real with the fact that these problems won't move, they won't get any better unless you acknowledge them. You have to be able to look your problems in the face and say to them that you're not going to take me over. You're not going to become a conqueror over me. You have to move. You have to get out my way. That's something that it's really hard to do, especially when you're dealing with depression and you may not even know it yet. All right, guys, that's it. Those are the 4 ways to deal with depression as an artist. If you've learned anything today, if this video has helped you out at all, please remember, subscribe, and comment below ways that you deal with depression, because I want to hear. Please keep tuning into this channel for more spoken word videos on a variety of different topics, and also more videos like this. If you like this video, please let me know, and I'll continue to tackle different topics that are maybe hard to talk about. So until next time, this is Spoken by KJ, signing off. Remember to always love yourself. See you next video.